ain't gonna tiptoe around the issues.
Remember, we don't do woulda, shoulda, coulda, what up in here.
Barbecue a mildew time. Let's go. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Larry, and this is the Dixon Way, all about the A Sports Talk. And right now, it's not the cookout, but we got the Atlanta Falcons in review, man. We got to talk about this great game that the Atlanta Falcons played. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in. Right after Christmas, I hope everyone had a blessed and happy holidays. And today, we got a special guest on today. All right, so let me go ahead, and I see he's back in the back. Let's go ahead and get Coach up in here. What's going on, fam? I see. Hey, man, this is Andre Davis of the Coach's Corner. You guys give him a round of applause. Let's go. What up, Coach?
What's up, man? What's up? Thank you for inviting me.
All right, let me get this double echo out of here. Hold up. Bang. That's on me. All right, there we go. What's going on, brother? So, yeah, let me address the people that's in the chat first. Nicholas, what's going on, Nicholas? I see you. Welcome back to the stream. This sounded for you. Appreciate you coming through. All right, Daniel Berry, 3 Dirty. Happy holidays to you also. 3 Dirty, appreciate you. Steel City, always in here. What up, fam? I see you. All right, guys, we got my man Dre up in here of the Coach's Corner. I'm going to put his link in the descriptions and pin it up there, guys. Make sure that you go to his channel, sub it up, hit the likes, everything. You know what I'm saying? He just started, but he got a wealth of knowledge. We'll be on the Waffle House going back and forth, and I need somebody in here that sometimes we don't side with the same views, but we all want the Falcons to win. So I don't want just an echo box of someone who agree with me in here. We're going to get some different opinions up in here. Let's go. Larry, you're not getting anyone who will oppose you or anything. You're just getting people who go right along with you. Nah, I mean, look, man, there's a lot of people with a lot of different opinions about this team. And I want to interview, you know what I'm saying, bring in guests who going to come in and give their, insightful. I don't want people coming here just jibber-jabbing. You know what I'm saying? Big Low in the building. What up, Big Low? What the world, Bo? I see. Everybody, most Atlanta content creators and people who watch this type of content know about Big Low Kuntry. I heard you were stealing all of the shine on camera. Yeah. I saw you out there dug in. Well, hold up, Bo. What's going on, Bo?
Stealing all Big Unc shine.
I know, right? I know. Hey, man, they always going at it, man. They always going at it. Appreciate you coming in as always, fam. Y'all check out Big Low Kuntry Sports with a K. Link is in the description. Got great content. Falcon content creator and season ticket holder. All right. So, yeah. All right. Steel City say he just subbed to Coach's Corner. That's awesome. Appreciate that,
Thank you, man. Thank you. Help your boy get up to 50 so I can do actual content. Right now, I'm locked into shorts in 10 minutes. So,
that's all right.
Please, if you can, just give your boy a follow.
We'll get you there the best we can. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right. 3 Dirty says, is it me or did Arthur Smith tweak them plays for Bijan? Now, I want to ask you that, Coach. Word on the street, the rumor mill is Arthur Smith gave up some of his play calling duties. Did you hear that rumor?
Nah, I didn't hear that rumor.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't. Did it look different? Yes, but I don't know if I can attribute that to him giving up his play duties, or we actually had I shouldn't say competent because people gonna kill me about Taylor Heineke. We had a competent quarterback in the backfield.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he's not great by no stretch of the imagination.
Okay, we on the same page. but he can,
Right,
at least he's a competent
right.
quarterback. I feel you on that aspect.
Right.
Okay, so when I look at this game, now I did see one moment at the end of the half when, you know what I'm saying, we went in that 2-minute offense, and I got in a discussion with someone, and he was like, hey, man, you know, I really don't blame that on our side. I don't know how you couldn't, but I did see Arthur, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if he was passing the blame or just said, talk to David Gone or whatever, because it seemed like Taylor Heineke didn't know the play or the series of plays they should have ran. If they in this set, do this. If they in this set, do that. That's what the scouting and stuff like that is for. That's why you sit there in meetings and stuff like that all the time. I don't know. I think a lot of people look at things and they don't understand how much research and film work that these coaches do. They know all your tendencies. They know everything. It's just like a former Saints coach who kicked the onside kick in the Super Bowl. He didn't do that because he had his controller in his hand and said, F it, we're going to do this. He said it in the press conference. We saw this look that we could take advantage of this. And if the opportunity arose that we needed to do it, we were willing to do it. So, if you can speak on that, because I think a lot of people don't understand per se how much, you know what I'm saying, film work and you know, I mean, just goes into actually devising a game plan. Like a lot of people, I guess, feel like it's like Madden or something. I don't know. Can you expound on that, please?
Yeah, I can a little bit. You know, in my background, I haven't reached the heights of college. I've done semi-pro and high school and little league, so little league don't count. But at least semi-pro and high school, the moment we win, like we would play in high school, we would play on Fridays, and semi-pro we would play on Saturdays. So the moment Friday, Saturday, whatever day is over, Sunday, I'm already on to the next team from Sunday to Wednesday, already looking at film. I have about 4 to 5 pages of notes, you know, or that I want to show my defense. You know, I got all sorts of schemes that I'm constantly thinking about from Sunday for at least 3 days. So, I mean, so I can only imagine what the NFL goes through. So they scout. I can promise you, they have people who do nothing but look at film. I can almost guarantee you, damn near 24/7. You know, not to exaggerate, but that's their only job is to look at film. So yeah, it ain't just go out there and play. I can promise you that they are definitely scouting these people. That's why, you know, prior to Taylor Heineke, as you see by the games, the word has been out on us. Stack the box, stop us from running, make Desmond Ridder beat you. Simple as that. That was every team's game plan.
As that, guys. Do you hear that? As simple as that. That was a game plan against the Atlanta Falcons. When you put it so eloquently like that, I mean, it's kind of seemed really simple and rudimentary. But again, we're not talking about rocket science when it comes to our, or you know, oh my bad, we did lose to a rocket scientist, but we're not talking. But we're not talking about rocket science here.
Literal,
yeah, literal rocket scientist, but. If you play the game of football and you understand tendencies and stuff like that and what you can and cannot do, then you'll understand, like, regardless on what they are in and stuff like that, you got plays to design around their entire defensive package when going down the field. So getting that, not using the timeout when you wasted 10 seconds was a no-no. But then having to spend the timeout after you wasted 10 seconds and spiking the ball is just is beyond that. So I know in this nitpicks and stuff like that, but it's little things like that that we have to pay attention to. If you have someone like our owner who's thinking about retaining this coach. Let's get to the positive.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say real quick. Yeah, it's things like that to me, his job should be safe with. Is exactly things like that.
Yeah.
Generally, from what I know from the coach's side, offenses and defense have a 2-minute package, period. And it's like, regardless on who you play, you have certain plays already in your repertoire for the 2-minute drill. So regardless on who you're playing, you're going to tweak the set of plays a little bit, because not every play going to work against everybody, but you have a set amount of plays already for the 2-minute drill. So why you just didn't call one of your set plays unless you didn't have any? It was totally bizarre.
Okay.
It was totally bizarre.
Okay. So I want to jump into that because it was just something on my mind, and I want to make sure that I wasn't tripping. Okay, so back to the game, and also I got your channel up just in case the people looking it up and they didn't see the link in the chat. That is it right there. So if you don't see that logo right there, guys, there's a lot of Coaches Corners on YouTube, but look for, that splash right there and that logo right there, his avatar.
Thank you.
All right, so let's go over and talk about the 29-10 victory by the Atlanta Falcons over the Colts, who are a playoff team. They're a playoff team. We just beat now they do have injuries. I will admit that. They do have injuries. Yeah. But still, that's a
who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? Exactly. We do too.
Right.
In my opinion, that was the most complete game under Arthur Smith since he's been here. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. Because I've said it in your presence, but for those of your followers who don't know, I had mentally checked out this season. I was so over the Atlanta Falcons. It just wasn't a product. I was willing to just sit and waste 2 hours of my time watching. I'm a diehard fan, but again, at some point, I need more. I put too much into it. But anyway, neither here nor there. But this game actually had me excited. Actually had me, basically jumping around. It was just a great game. And I had said, even if we had lost that game, I would not have been upset because we looked like a complete pro football team on Sunday across the board. Sometimes you just run into a team that's better than you. So had we lost, I would not have been upset. But it was a master class on both sides of the ball, barring, a few wonky plays because nobody's going to be perfect. But barring a few wonky plays and a few wonky things, it was just masterful. They would not have even scored if AJ hadn't even been called for that weak, pass interference.
Yeah,
that wasn't even, in my opinion, it wasn't pass interference. It was very ticky-tack. Yeah, but they wouldn't have even scored. Like, it was just a master class. It makes you wonder why we didn't do this all year. So
we'll get to that. But I always like reading the ESPN headline after a game. And it's very interesting to see if they actually watched the game or they just looked at the score and had a byline up, either which way we lost or which way we won. So on this, it says Tyler Heineke lifts the Falcons with clean quarterback play at quarterback in a 29-10 win to cool the Colts' playoff hopes. Even though the Colts are still firmly in the grasp of making the playoffs, either way, either as a wild card or winning their division. So, to me, it always screams like they really don't watch the game. They just type up
I
something,
don't think
and
so.
whichever one
Yeah.
it is, they just hit send, copy and paste and put it on there.
Right.
Yes, Taylor Heineke was a part of that with clean play, but I saw at least 2 or 3 picks that could have been pick sixes. I saw a lot of I saw some passes that was very iffy. Even if you throw in the screen, when you surrounded by a whole bunch of guys, you throw the screen
Right.
to CP, he catches it, but he's literally getting tackled as the ball getting there. So
Right. As the
very
ball's getting
dangerous play, things that Ritter did also that will make us scratch our heads. So yes, we're happy that Taylor played better than Ritter, but we can't, if we're gonna, fine tooth comb what Ritter do, we also have to do the same thing with Taylor.
Yeah. I think that was a little bit of timing though.
Okay.
He doesn't play with the star. Now I'm not making no excuses. You're absolutely right. There were a couple of bad throws that were like, oh, don't that. I mean, if the defender was just a step ahead, would have been an interception. A couple of them. I think 2 of them was to Drake London in the middle. That was just like, whoa, don't do that. But I think that's a little bit of timing. I think with another week's practice in this game, I think and I hope it will be a little cleaner. But
that's
again, we are talking about a career backup.
Yes,
so
true.
So
and it was something that Taylor Heineke said prior to that struck me. He says, as a backup, I am told to make riskier throws because I need to give the first team defense looks that they possibly could get from said quarterback if they're a gunslinger and stuff like that. Now, if they're not, then maybe you want to be more patient. But the coaching staff will dictate what you do in practice as a second string quarterback to not only sharpen your defense to go for those looks, as those scouted looks as we were talking about before, but also see if our guys can make the play if they make the wrong decision. So but yeah, this byline just screams that I didn't watch the game. You never mentioned the defense, and that's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Because everyone want to talk about, and that's your specialty. So
yes, sir.
We all know the flashy whistles and stuff like that. Taylor Heineke, good game, mistake-free. That's what we're looking for. Game manager, that's what we want with this defense. He had 229 yards, a touchdown. Cal Pitts with another touchdown. Hey, man. All right, say what you will. That this is the most productive year of Cal Pitts right now, outside of being with Matt Ryan with 1,000 yards and making the Pro Bowl as an alternate. But seeing the end zone, this is his most productive year. What say you about that?
Yeah, I've been saying for weeks, credit to my brother Toddy, he created the hashtag Free Cal Pitts.
Yep.
But I've been saying for weeks, I believe Kyle Pitts is getting a bad rap because we have a bad quarterback. Because if you go back and look at previous games, Ritter only looks at the right half of the field. He never looks at the left half. So every time that Pitts goes to the left, you can literally see with your eyes there'll be nobody 10 feet around him, but he just doesn't get the ball. Like hardly ever. He for whatever reason, he just loves him some Drake London. But anyway,
he does.
So this game, you had someone who could actually progress in the defense. I think Taylor was playing it a little safe. I think Taylor was playing it a safe a lot by checking down. But again, Kyle Pitts was open again. I think he gets a bad rap for not running crisp routes, not doing this, not doing that, because I see him open on the field all the time. He just doesn't get the ball. But
So
his production in Sunday was, was great. Like, I mean, he looked good.
my gripe with Pitts is he's a horrible blocker. And
Well,
that kind
yeah,
of coincide with Arthur Smith using him in that manner. That's why
right,
that's where I go back to the play calling and stuff like that,
right.
because you're using different players in situations that they can't succeed in, you know.
Right, right, right,
So
right. He should be no less than he shouldn't even line up in the tight end spot. He really should be like basically in the slot at all times, Like he's not gonna block, which is sad, but that's
yeah,
really
his
not his
blocks are
strength. So
brush
yeah,
blocks, but
you're
it's
you're
not his
right.
strength. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You shouldn't ask someone to do something they're deficient in.
yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we got Bijan. We're gonna quickly go through the offense because I really want to. I
Okay.
got you here. I want to talk about the defense. Bijan Robinson, 12 carries, 72 yards. I think he had like 50 something yards on receiving. Hold up. Yeah, Bijan led receivers also, 7 receptions with 50 yards. So yeah, it was a Bijan show today. There's a lot of talk about
Hmm.
should we have drafted. I didn't want Bijan. I made it clear. I think
Hmm.
he's dynamic of a player, but again, I think we could have felt positions that we actually needed instead of
Absolutely.
got Bijan. But since he's here, one of his better games outside of early in the season when he had like 120 some yards carrying and about 30 or 40 yards. That was his absolute best game. But
Right.
this is definitely a great game for Bijan Robinson, running hard. That's what we want to see. No tippy toeing and stuff like that. All right, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
open up full box score and I'm gonna go to the defense.
Yeah.
Uh, Cause
Real
I
quick
think
on
oh yeah, go
Bijan.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
Um,
ahead.
um, we got to understand what we got in the caliber of player that we got in Bijan. People always, say he tiptoes, he does this, he does that. Bijan is not a power back. When I look at Bijan, I see a Barry Sanders type back. They're going to go
Oh,
backwards five. Well, hold on. Let me get
let's
it
use
up.
another
I'm not.
name. Let's use another name, please.
Well, Barry is the only one I can think of that does this.
Man.
I'm not.
What's your boy out of USC? Come on now.
What was his name? Reggie Bush.
Yes, use
You talking
that.
about Reggie Bush?
Yes, use Reggie
No,
Bush.
no.
Use Reggie
Reggie
Bush.
Bush was a power back, bro. He would hit the
Oh
hole.
man.
What
Oh
what what I'm
man.
saying is I'm not comparing him to Barry Sanders. I'm saying he has a style like Barry, which
Huh.
is you run backwards 4 or 5 yards to get forward 10
Avoid.
yards.
Yeah.
He's
Okay, I
not
got
going.
you. I got you.
He's
I got
he's a he's a super finesse running back. He's not going to really. He, Asking him to go to the 2-4 and the 1-3 and the 2-4 hole is utterly ridiculous because that's not what he's going to do. His best bet is getting sweeps and pitches and running the outside. So he looked real good. And
you.
when you
Yeah.
have somebody in the backfield that could throw the ball and get them a little out of the box, then the RPO will actually work a little bit.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
But by
Three
no
thirty.
means, people, am I comparing him to Barry Sanders.
All right.
Please do not blow me up with that.
That's how I want you to clarify because a lot of people like to go on other people's pages and say, "You said what?" So yeah, no. All right, we got 330 said the offense played better and the defense looked better. Yeah, they did 330. John Brooks said the offense flowed better with Taylor in the game, night and day when Taylor starts compared to when Desmond starts. Yeah, I think we went over there. The offense did look better. Uh, yeah, there were moments that you scratch your head about several different calls, but overall, we overcame near picks and suspect play calling to play a clean game. But the defense carried us. The defense carried us. Uh, let's go ahead and get to this defense. I got all these stats about offense, but I know people love talking about offense. But I want to get to the
Yeah, because defense
defense.
not as
As
flashy, you
sexy and
know.
flashy about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
defense is gritty.
All right. So Kate Ellis had 10 total tackles, 5 solo, had a sack, and what was that? Tackles for loss was 3. So he was very active today. You saw that on the film. I didn't even need to look at the stats and know that he had a great game. Also, Nate Lanneman
Mm-hmm.
was flying around, you know what I'm saying, putting his nose everywhere. DeMarco Helms coming up on tackles, filling the hole on safety. Now, he did miss that one safety blitz that
Mm-hmm.
that he got kind of like squirted out and then ran for a long way. But other
Right.
than that, and then I think of maybe 1 or 2 busted coverages. It seemed like he was kind of mixed up on where he was supposed to be. But mostly for a rookie, he played excellent in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Jesse Bates, what can we say, man? Like, what else
Yeah.
can we? How many superlatives can we give to Jesse Bates the third? I mean, this dude right here, in my opinion, is the best defensive pickup we've had since 8. I don't think I'm exaggerating. I really
No,
don't think I'm exaggerating. That is
no.
the best free
He
agent pickup.
the tiny knock I got on him. And I mean, it's not really a knock. It's just something I wish he would do better. I wish he would lay the wood more, pause. Like I wish, he would take tops off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pop helmets off.
I
But
don't think you
other
can
than
do
that,
that
I mean,
these days.
yeah, you really can't. You know
No,
what I
you
mean?
can't.
But I just, he is by far, in my opinion, my 2 favorite Falcon players are defensive players, and that's Weatherspoon and Big Abraham.
Okay.
And Jesse's moving right on up there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he is him. He is definitely him.
All right, so because I'm looking at it right now, and I'm thinking back to Scott Case. I'm just thinking back on all our safeties that we had in the past. I know it's small sample size. It's 1 year. Don't get overzealous. We want to see this over
Right.
the longevity of his contract. But impact-wise, I don't think we ever had a safety that impacted games like Jesse Bates has.
Um,
I
I
can
don't
say,
know.
dude.
I think. Um, what was his name? A lot of people hated him, but I thought he was okay. He couldn't.
You talking
He
about
was
Willie Moe?
yeah, he was a penalty machine, but I mean, I thought he
That's
was yeah, but I thought he was.
I thought
If
he
he
was
could keep his
solid.
hands off people, okay, yeah, he
I
was
thought he
solid.
was solid,
That's
but
what
I
I was looking
mean,
for.
he ain't no Pro Bowler. Like, I mean, this dude.
No,
If Jesse Bates isn't the best safety in the league, someone need to point him out and tell me who is better. They need to put all the stats right next to each other and tell me how
yeah,
someone is better than Jesse Bates at his position. He is the
yeah,
best at his position, period, point blank. I don't know what's the
yes, he
highest
is.
ranked safety in Madden. I ain't played Madden in years. He got to be the highest.
Right,
So,
right,
in my opinion, Jesse Bates is definitely he should be all first team defense in the NFL.
yeah,
He should be. Like, and
he
I don't
should
know
definitely.
what kind of escalators he has in his contract, but this guy right here is the leader of the defense. Uh, we kind of
Him
saw
and
that.
Landman.
Yeah, him and Landman. Oh yeah, and there's another guy, Nate Landman, man. I know we got one
I,
more year with Larry. Go put your shirt on, son. Go get your shirt.
I'm pretty sure he is ranked right now, if not one, then number 2 inside lineman,
Linebacker,
inside
yeah.
linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Nate Landman, it won't be a lot of people around the NFL that know about Nate Landman if you haven't watched the Falcons. but when he plays, he pops. And it's so funny how a few games have changed people's mind. They were like, no, you can't give Troy Anderson, job away to some guy who they just grabbed off the street. Well, man,
Right.
all I see this dude do is make plays. Now, in coverage, yeah, he kind of struggled a little bit, but I think that's more scheme.
It absolutely is.
I think it's more scheme. I think the guy has the hips and the swivel to be a middle linebacker. I actually think that we had the personnel to run a 4-3, and we're running a 3-4.
We do. And we should be. I've said this before.
Coach. That's how I wanted
we
you
should
in.
be. We should be running a 4-3 just because of how he keeps, how our defensive coordinator keeps scheming up 3-4. Yeah. So, a 3-4's main strength is to shade your package, shade your secondary, meaning to hide whatever your secondary is going to do, and to overload the line to be a great run stop defense. Yeah. So the two major strengths is the deep pass protection and the run blocking of a 3-4. The weakness is the middle zone protection. So with that being said, the way he always putting 5 on the line, kind of defeats the purpose of the 4-3 because your offensive line will look out and see, okay, we got 5 on the line, whatever Omaha or, whatever their call sign is for audible, yes. They're just going to do that. Yeah. What you do is if you notice other teams that run 3-4, their linebackers will come up to the line like they're going to blitz, then they'll back up, then they'll come up, then they'll back up. Like they will do that multiple times before the play even starts to keep the defense keep the offensive line guessing. Yes, true. Right. True. Because what you want to happen is for it to be 5-on-5 hats with your middle linebackers just being able to shoot straight through. That's literally what you want in a 3-4. And this game, we definitely, the first half, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't impressed. But the first quarter, I should say, but the second quarter and the second half, he locked that defense down and actually ran it correct. Those times you were saying Nate was out of line, is because I don't understand his. I don't know what he's seeing because again, I'm watching from TV, so I can't see the field. I don't know what he's seeing to always want to be in man. That's not like you really want to run a cover 2 or cover 4 and zone and then just blitz everybody out of a 3-4. I mean, you can run man, but I mean that's not the strength because your linebackers are now put on an island, and they're any good quarterback is going to torch the hell out of them. So. But my bad. I don't even remember the question. When it comes to defense, bro, I can just keep going.
Well, no, you was on the right path. See, here's my thing. We were talking about Nate Linneman being out of place a little bit, but we talked about scheme versus ability. So you were hitting on the right points. Okay. What I will say is I think our corners are man press corners. That's what I feel. Right. Also, shout out to Coach Gray, because I feel like his influence on our defense is why, because we really don't have a legitimate pass rusher. Even though I love what Harrison did, shout out to Harrison out there being a dog on that line. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Against the run, and that's Daddy's son. That's Daddy's. Don't open that, okay? No, you can't open that, okay? You can hold it for me though, okay? I enjoyed Harrison. He definitely was balling. Hopefully that earns him more playing time. I feel like we've been trying to, work out the kinks and find out who is good in what positions and what downs to utilize them. I feel like that's been the ongoing theme, not just on offense but defense also. And we're rounding into. I don't know what happened to AK-47 or 17, but it seems like his minutes and snaps are reducing as Harrison increases. Whichever one get the better production, I understand. That's how football is. We all understand that.
Right.
But again, with what we have right now,
I think he's been out. Go ahead. My bad.
No problem. I think right now we're trying to see who's working well in this system, who are they going to try to retain, and who are they going to try to possibly draft to get more competition. Because a good team has great depth. They're not necessarily saying we're going to get rid of people, just like Troy Anderson. Troy Anderson may not work at middle linebacker, but maybe we put him at outside linebacker or put his hand in the dirt as edge rusher. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We never know. We got to utilize that speed some way, somehow.
Right.
No, we can't open this right now, sir. Okay? Wait, please. Hold it. Put it over there. Thank you. All right. So, get your speaking spell. There you go. All right. So, with our secondary, did you notice that Clark Phillips started?
I did.
All right. So,
I did.
To me, that indicates that they're going to let Jeff Okudah walk.
Yeah.
They're going to pay AJ, which they should. AJ,
Absolutely.
while not producing the interceptions, he's playing solid corner. I do, the times that he did get bullied, I don't want to see my corner, especially my starting lockdown corner, get bullied. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's Mike Evans. There's been other times that he was looking for a call instead of playing through it. I'm saying don't look for the referees to bail you out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Type of thing. But overall, AJ's had a solid season. I think he deserves the money. It just depends on how much he's going to want to ask for and if the Falcons are going to relinquish that type of deal.
Right.
Unfortunately, I feel like Big Grady might be a casualty of trade, depending on if they keep Campbell. They keep Campbell. Campbell, 7 sacks on the season. Production-wise, I mean, we ain't had that production in a while. So, and the season not even over. So,
it's one thing on AJ. And I said this before, I think AJ's problem is, again, him being out of position because of the way the coach schemed up the defense.
Okay.
A lot of that is, when I go back and look at the times he's burnt, again, I'm watching it from TV, so it's only so much I can see. But it looks like the time he's getting burnt, we have a single high safety. And generally, when you have just a single high safety in the middle of the field, teams will run 2 just flat out routes, to make the safety have to choose, where he's going to go, and you leave somebody out on the island. So again, it's I don't know if it's so much him just getting flat out burnt and bullied. Or, well, I take that back. The Tampa Bay game, Evans did put that work on him. But other times he's gotten burnt. I'm not so sure if that's so much him getting burnt or because after the play he's looking around with his hands up like, man, what are y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, where was my help? So he definitely has been playing good. Campbell. Definitely playing good. I don't know though. I don't know, man. That's a sticky situation on paying
he's much
him.
older. Yeah,
he's older, but you get, you kind of gotta reward good play because then if you don't, then like other veterans will see that, or other people, other people will see that and like, wait, that man did his thing for y'all, and y'all didn't even pay him. So, that's a slippery slope. As long as we don't try to give him the house, I think I'm cool with him coming back.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I feel the same way. I would love to keep him here. I get the Dwight Freeney at the end of his career vibes from him. You know what I'm saying? Not only him producing on the field, but also being that type of guy in a defensive line room that people gravitate to. His wealth of knowledge of playing in NFL is helping these younger players. Okay.
Right. And if you watch the game this past Sunday, he was always in somebody on the defensive ear while they were on the sideline.
Yes,
so that's very invaluable to young players.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking you don't want to overpay for a very old player, but you also got to recognize game, and the dude is playing awesome. So, yeah. Son, that's what it is, son. That's exactly what it is. There's no game on it. No, don't mess with that, okay? Yeah, don't press that. You're going to break it, okay? You don't want to break it, all right? All right, so, again, I think when defenses attack us, they attack Okudah and Richie Grant. Sprinkling a little number 20. Why am I D Alford? Yeah, but D Alford overall has been playing solid this season. But those are the guys in the secondary. And is it me, or was maybe 90% of those sacks we had cover sacks? Now, not the long cover sacks, but you kind of like a mush push type of thing. Nobody coming off the edge real hard. Just, keep your lanes. Collapse this pocket and force him. Because we got good guys on the back end. And when he tried to force it out there, you know what I'm saying? Jesse Bates out there baiting people into cookies. Right. So
into throwing it. No, there were a couple, but a lot of them though were schemed blitzes, and that's what I'm talking about. When you run it correctly, it's a 3-4 defense is hell on a pass rush. Because you have people coming from everywhere. We did some outside linebacker blitzes, we did some pinches. We did some inside linebacker blitzes. We did some safety blitzes.
We did.
We were blitzing them, bro. And it was a wonderful thing to see. I'm not sure why we haven't done that all year, though.
Maybe we didn't have the personnel.
That's coaches.
It just seemed like even though Helms missed on the one play, his nose around the line, it seemed like he just has that football instinct. And you can't coach that to people. Some people know how to shed blocks. Some people know how to slip a block before you even get there. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach that, man. And the NFL don't teach it. They expect you to have these skills when you come in. Especially with less practice time now. You have to be...
Brother, preach.
Yeah, you have to be able to do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people saying, go ahead.
I keep telling people, no coach, it just blows my mind, man. No coach in the NFL is going to teach any of these players anything. What they're going to do, most of them are going to, 90% of them are going to, let me rephrase that. 90% of them are going to teach you like the playbooks. They're going to teach you NFL type things like timing, because people are a lot faster, things like that. But your basics, they're not going to teach you that. Why? Because you're supposed to know that from the moment from high school to college, from college to pro. Prime example, Desmond Ridder throwing off the back foot. Outside of a quarterback coach, like literally sitting him down and working with him for months on months, you should know better than doing that. That's a number one no-no, but yeah, this is it. Yeah, he has natural talent, but I will say I don't. I think it was a little bit. Well, I know it was a lot of scheme. Prime example when we played against the astronaut. At no point in time did our defensive coordinator. If you see it happen once or twice, I give him the pass in the second quarter because we didn't scout him. We were planning on playing somebody else. So when he comes in the game, second half we got okay, this is who we playing. Let's make adjustments. But not once did he adjust for the way he was running around our ends. Our ends just kept breaking containment. They just kept slanting straight in, and he would just run right around them. So as a coach, at some point you got to say, okay, look here. I know this, you want your money, but we want to win. Don't break containment. I'm going to need you to go 3 and in or 5 and in or however much you want him to go up and in and do a quarterback contain. We need you to contain him. And, I promise you, you know what I mean, you'll get your chance to eat at another time. You know what I mean? It's just things like that just.
Yeah, but they got to eat anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Follow the scheme the way we design it. Trust the scheme.
And you're going to eat.
And you're going to eat. All right? You're going to eat.
Right.
I mean, so
right. But
I feel you. I feel you. Shoot. Okay, so Bud Dupree, underrated defender, pushing the pocket always. He may not get there, but he is a catalyst on their defensive line when they use it. Bud Dupree, very underrated this season, doing his job and earning his paycheck. Seriously. Yeah.
Again, something else, people get stuck on. They get stuck on sacks, man. It and I get it. I get it. That's the flashiest thing outside of an interception that the defense can do, but that's not technically what you're asking what you're how can I say it? It's not that it's not technically. What you want your defense to do is to pressure a quarterback and get him out of timing, out of rhythm, and on the run, feeling uneasy, throwing the ball. That's what you want. Any sack that you get outside of that is gravy. Do you get pressure? One thing, the biggest thing Grady does, the best thing Grady does for our team is things that don't show up in the stat line. He gets hurries. He gets pressures. He makes the quarterback get off of his, out of his natural throwing rhythm. Yeah, that's really all you want your defensive lineman to do. Any sack is gravy. It's dessert. It's extra. But yes, we want sacks, of course. But did you hurry him? And as you've seen, all game Minshew was not. He was not comfortable in that pocket. No, he was not comfortable, and that's what you want to see your defense do. Make him uncomfortable.
All right, so we got a couple people that made some comments. We got Bray J say great all-around game, defensive line working. Oblivion, what up, Oblivion? I see you, fam. Welcome back to the stream. Something to you also, Bray J. Appreciate y'all coming through. So what's good? Rise up. Beasley said the cover sack is a perfect answer. Then Beasley expounds on that. He's talking about the Bears. He's talking about Justin Fields been playing well in the second half of the season. This is going to be a tough game. Yeah, I agree. I think it is. Drew Garner. What's up, Drew? I see you. Welcome back to the stream, fam. He says, it's so refreshing to see a solid defense in Atlanta. When they're healthy out there, I feel confident in their consistency to hold it down and make plays. Just need the offense to clean it up. Yeah, that's a great comment, Drew. And that's what we saw. We didn't see any turnovers. Our guys weren't sitting there putting the cup in their hand about to take a sip and then going back out. That's how it used to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
More importantly, they had time to catch their breath. Absolutely.
And they got time to look at the tablet.
Tape, look at film. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Like before, they come right back out there. So if stuff is working, defensive coordinators don't even have the time to shoot the information down there to them guys and let them really go over it. It's just like,
right.
look, offense went 3 and out. Put your helmet back on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Squirt some more
Quick 3 and
Gatorade
outs
down.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Quick 3 and outs. No time off the clock. Nothing. So yeah, I mean, when you have consistent play on the offense, and you can sustain drives, even if you take a long drive and kick a field goal, you still are giving that defense rest. And again, I feel like we have better press coverage guys out there in the secondary than zone. I feel like we give up a lot of yards in zone that we don't give up when we press man. But when you do that, your guys can get tired and get fatigued if you're trying to play press coverage 70% of the time during the game. So there's a risk and reward of it. But again, I just think that overall, I felt like the defense played a great game, led by Calais and AJ and Bates, because the secondary, I mean, literally set the tone, in my opinion, allowed those guys to get up and let that scheme work today.
Yes.
Just say if we think wins out of these last 2 games, just because the defense, it just dominates on their side. That's what the offense is not throwing away. Yeah. I mean, you don't give a team extra opportunities to score. That's that's a recipe for disaster. Don't give them more possessions. You know what I'm saying? That's in football. That's in basketball. That's in every sport. Errors in baseball. You don't want to give a team an opportunity to score to get an extra out. You don't want to do that. Manny in the building. What up, Manny? I see you, fam. Welcome back to the show. Like I said, Falcons, keep up the great work. He said, I prefer Taylor Heineke over Ritter. Taylor made plays. Yeah. And, I'm going to preface this as saying I don't think Taylor is the answer, the future franchise quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. But I do feel like, he's definitely a tick above Ritter. And, who knows what the season would have been like if you would have spent all your energy into Taylor and having him ready, prepared coming into the season as a number 1, or at the very least, have a true quarterback competition between the two and the best man win instead of this Fugazi one when you just handed over the keys, just like you handed over the keys to Mariota without any opposition. Same pattern with our head coach, but I think we got the best coaching job at our head coach offensively because Arthur Blank was standing on the sideline with his firing jacket on, that crushed velvet coat with the black tie, with his arms crossed like this. You know what I'm saying? With the eagle eye, I think he was down there exactly when it became the fourth quarter, not middle of the fourth quarter.
The last 2 minutes.
No. Or like 7 or 6 minutes until he was down there when the fourth quarter started. So
because had we started losing that lead, he was going to tell him, go ahead back on the U-Haul up to to Flowery Branch. Go ahead and go back on to FedEx, bro. We'll holler at you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We'll shoot your check in the mail, bro.
Yeah, I think Arthur Smith saved his job that day. But I want to ask you, because we've been, that's why I want to ask you. Do you think that he saved his job? There's rumors coming out that Arthur Blank is leaning more towards retaining Arthur Blank is leaning more towards retaining Arthur Smith. Do you feel that he has to run the table, or do you feel like if we run the table and don't make the playoffs, does he still keep his job? Or do you think it's playoff or bust? What do you think, Dre?
Man, that is such a hard question because I truly see it from both sides. Okay. For me, as a fan, he has to go, regardless on whether we make the playoffs or what, for too many simple reasons. And the biggest of them being, look how we look with Taylor Heineke in the backfield. yes, we know people. Taylor Heineke started 2 games before, but if you're gonna be real, let's be real. The 2 games Taylor Heineke started before, our defense didn't even get on the bus. Our defense stayed at home and sent out the little league squad, the B team, because they didn't play in those 2 games at all. They were horrible those 2 games. Taylor
No,
played,
yeah.
pretty much good. Taylor played. He had 1 interception in those 2 games.
Yeah, that
So
was
he
our
played
worst
good.
defensive game actually.
Yeah, it was
Quite
our
as
two. It
kept
was our
our
two
two
worst
worst
defensive
defensive
games.
games of the
Yes,
season when
of the
Taylor,
season
yeah, when
was
Taylor was
started. Yeah,
quarterback. So it wasn't the
yeah.
fact that
So
Taylor was the reason why we lost those games. It actually
right,
was
our
our
defense was horrible.
defense was horrible those 2 games. So,
Yes, they were.
all right, now
Yeah.
Beasley
So
says,
because of that,
no, go ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Finish your thought, and then I'm
Um,
going to
be,
answer this question.
because of that, because you yet again waited so long, the fact that you wait, he keeps waiting, and he's waiting too long is the reason he has to go. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, I I don't know. I don't know if I can see Arthur Blank. I think Arthur Blank is smart enough to see that as well. Like, well, wait, why did we do this 2 times in a row? You waited too long. We should have known what Ritter was last year, although most of us did who know football, seeing that he wasn't going to be ish last year. Um,
Hey man,
instead
I'm
of
tired of.
and
I
then
don't
you
even
do it
want to.
this
I don't
year.
even want to talk about the Desmond Knights because, I mean, it is what it is. People like what they like. I feel you. But as a head
Right.
coach, you gotta put the team first. You know what I'm saying? Not
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know
Yeah.
if there was
So
a pact with him like it was a pact with Mariota last season. Like you're gonna be the quarterback. We ride with you. It should have just been it's gonna
right.
be an open competition. Whoever wins the job, win the job. That's all he had to say to the media, and the media would
Yeah.
have understood that. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it should be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They look at great franchise. I hate comparing franchises, but in a similar situation, look at the 49ers.
Yes.
They spent a number one, a
No,
top 10 draft pick on Trey Lance and sat him with no problems. Yet we're going to,
they trade him away,
play
not
with.
Saturn. They
Right. Well,
traded him
yeah,
away.
they got him up out of there.
Yeah.
Look, and we deal with Marcus for way too long. Then you
Yeah.
put Ritter in 4 games, which to I guess whatever reason that wasn't enough for you to evaluate him. Then you put him in, this year and don't evaluate him. It's I don't know, man. Like for me as a fan, he has to go, bro. He has to go.
Now,
But I don't, it's Arthur Blank may not pull the trigger. I don't
now
think he's gonna pull the trigger.
I don't think so either. Me and the wife was talking about this. Also, I will shout out to Atlantabirdgang and Tidy. He makes a good point that no coach is gonna look good with a subpar redshirt freshman quarterback. Basically, what he
Correct.
called him on.
Right. Correct. But again, you
but
picked
it was
him.
his choice.
Exactly.
Exactly. And it's the things that I see as a head coach. People say, well, get an offensive coordinator. No, he's screwing up as a head coach. His decisions as a head coach, you know what I'm saying? His play calling, his situational play calling is what I call into question. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like
Right.
if you can't do the job that you were hired to do, aka be a head coach and offense coordinator, then you shouldn't be the head coach. But again, I don't think Arthur Blank is going to pull the trigger. I feel if we run the table, he's going to keep his job. I do not feel that he could develop or maximize the potential of a top 5 or whatever pick we have. And we're going to have to trade up and use assets to get a quarterback if we continue to win. But that's a story for another day. So, yeah, I personally feel like they're not going to fire him, even though I feel like his actions of benching Ritter seems like a desperate man who's trying to save his own neck. If you're going to stand on
He's
business,
definitely.
then stand on business.
Right. He's definitely in self-preservation mode.
Yeah.
But again, say what you want. People say what they want to say about Arthur Blank, but Arthur Blank is a great businessman, and him being a businessman, he understands that the fans ain't happy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The fans, if it continues, he's going to lose money. Again, I don't go to games because I don't live in Atlanta, but I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of fans that live in Atlanta say they're, F it, I'm a default on my
Yeah, on your
PSLs or
PSLs. Yeah,
whatever it
yeah,
is.
exactly. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
That's a real
I'm
thing.
not paying it. So he's, if you think Arthur Blank don't see that, you know what I'm saying? Now you're messing with his pockets. So
Yeah,
now
exactly.
it could be a different story.
Well,
As
that's how
far
you
as
get their
football
attention.
goes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He may not know football too well. He may, lean on Arthur Smith, to say, okay, I'm not gonna fire him. He got us, blah 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 blah. But on the business end, he's seeing that he may just, okay, bro, you costing me money now. You got to go. So I don't
Okay.
think, but then again, I can see Arthur Smith firing him just from him losing money and the fans alone. He can hear it. That's why he made the press conference.
Yeah, that's why he
He
did that
hears it.
PBS press conference.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. He hears
Okay.
it.
I think we agree on that. My man Beasley said if the Aints win, do they take first place over the Bucks? No. The
No,
Bucks will still be in a virtual tie with everyone, but they got the tiebreaker over the Falcons. The Falcons have the tiebreaker right now
over
over
the
the
Saints.
Saints. Um,
Right.
if the Bucks lose again and we win out, then we take sole place because we will
No,
beat the Saints
they have to
also.
lose too.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
have to
yeah. I
lose
mean, well,
too.
yeah, that's right. They got to lose
Yeah.
their last two. Yeah, excuse me. They
Right.
got to lose their last
Right.
two, and we have to win
And we
out.
have to win our last two.
And we
Right.
play against the Saints in the last game. So,
Last game.
and if they do, like, basically, not only do we have, you know what I'm saying, more conference wins than them because they will lose to the Saints and the Panthers,
Right.
but the division, we only lost one divisional game. No, we lost two divisional games. Excuse me, we
right
lost two.
to
So they would lose
the
three, basically. Yeah, so they would lose three,
Right.
and we would win the division. So that I hope that cleared it up. But they have the tiebreaker over us. So the only way we don't win this if Tampa Bay lose their final two games is we lose to the Saints. Then the Saints would, if we win our next game, we win against the Bears and then lose against the Saints, and the Saints win out, and Tampa Bay lose two games, then the Saints will go to the playoffs and win the division. So that's how it goes, guys. I hope that kind of cleared it up for you guys. But before we end up out of here, man, let's talk about the upcoming game with the Bears, the keys to how the Falcons can pull out this win against Justin Fields, who is heavily rumored to be one of the players we trade for during the draft or before the draft to try to get. Let's table that. But I don't
that's
want
a
to get,
whole
because
different animal.
that'll be another 30 minutes. But
Yeah.
what do you feel that are the keys to the game going to Chicago in a day that's going to be rainy and cold? You know what I'm saying? Not dome conditions. How do you feel like the Falcons, what do the Falcons need to do to pull out the win in Chicago?
Mark my words, people. If we don't do this, we're going to lose. We have to play how we just played Sunday with some quarterback containment. If we do not contain the edges, he Fields is going to torch us.
Yes.
I promise you, listen to me. If we do not contain the edges, Fields is going to torch us. Check back with me on Sunday and let me know.
Hey,
I can promise you, win or lose is going to end up with quarterback containment.
I think Lil John agrees with you too. I feel the same way. We have to contain their running game, and that includes their quarterback, their dynamic running quarterback, Justin Fields. If you break containment, he will run it down your throat. And why would you change?
He's gonna feast.
Exactly. Right. Now he can make those easy throws to his tight end, who is a Pro Bowl caliber tight end, you know. Right. And DJ Moore always gives us problems. So those two alone, if we got to, start creeping up to try to, if our guys start being greedy and not holding the edge, have we seen Joshua Dobbs? Right.
Yep.
We lose it to a rocket scientist, then we're going to be in trouble. We got to contain that running game and force Fields to beat us from the pocket. Mush rush.
From the pocket.
Yep. Right. Beat us from the pocket, mush rush, and live with the results. On offense. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just piggybacking off what you're saying. Absolutely. That is the key. Not so much, they have one player you really have to worry about. Put AJ Terrell or whatever you need to do, put AJ Terrell on him. Keep Bates in a spy situation, so he can do what he do. But it all boils down to what the front 4-3 or however you're going to scheme this up. It all boils down to what they do. If them boys break containment, just slants and swim moves to the inside, he going to run right around them. I mean, he going to feast.
Yeah, he's definitely going to feast. You got my boy Drew Griner says, I'm just worried if we keep Arthur Smith. He gets a new quarterback, and we'll still be passing the ball around too much instead of focusing on the playmakers. Bijan, So Algiers, two-headed monster. I got a feeling that we may trade Algiers for draft pick or for somebody who wants to give up a disgruntled pass rusher and don't want to pay him. I got a feeling that he's going to be a part of a package.
You kind of got to, but just real quick to respond to him.
Yeah.
The word is out on us, people. We are a run team. If we don't pass 20 plus times a game, we not going to win. I'm sorry to let y'all know. The pass opens up the rush.
Yes.
I mean, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. We have to pass at least 20 times a game. It's just a must.
I think what he's talking about is when we had Ritter throwing for 40, 45, 42 times. I think that's Drew is a sensible football fan. And I think he's talking about when we're throwing it over 40 times with the quarterbacks we have. We don't have the arm talent to justify throwing the ball 40 times a game. It's just not feasible. Yeah, in my opinion. No, I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? You're putting the ball in risk when you have a Ritter or you have a Taylor Heineke throwing the ball that many times, giving the defense opportunities to capitalize on those mistakes that we saw them drop. True. Hit him in the face mask, hit him in the chest. 2 passes I saw. One hit the defender right in the face mask, the other hit the defender in the chest. So when I see plays like that, I'm like, if we can lessen it, 22 to 25 attempts.
Yeah, I was going to say 25 is probably perfect.
Yeah, or 25 to 30 at the most. I don't need to see 31 pass attempts with our 2 dynamic running backs. I don't need to see it. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But again, the offense looked much better also with McGarry and Lindstrom coming back. I will say that also. That also was a key.
I did check because, yesterday was Christmas and, I've been busy today. We lost, what's his name? Matthew? Is it Matthews?
Jake Matthews? I think we did lose Jake Matthews.
Is he coming back?
I didn't look at
he went out the game.
I got to go
check
that.
I haven't either. I
haven't looked at that either.
That's
somebody
a big deal.
in the chat know if Jake Matthews is out for considerable time, that could be a huge blow. But again, that's another position.
This will be his first game missed since coming to Atlanta.
Yeah,
That's
he has been
crazy.
our Iron Man. Regardless how
Yeah,
we feel about him and his technique or lack thereof, he has been there. The best ability is availability, first and foremost. Uh, so yeah.
absolutely.
So what's your prediction on the game, man? Falcons going up to Chicago. If we play optimally like we did this past Sunday, how do you feel about the Falcons' chances in Chicago?
bruh, bruh.
Or was
It's
that
that's
lightning?
so,
Was that light shining on the dog's butt once in a while? You tell me.
bruh. The Falcon, bruh. It's so hard to do this because the Falcons gonna Falcon, bruh. You
Ah,
know what I
man,
mean?
it's bad when your
It's
team
like,
is an adverb and an adjective too, all whipped up together. Like,
right,
oh
right.
my god,
So
man.
with my fandom hat, I believe we're gonna win. With my fandom hat, I think it's gonna be like it'll be our first game over 30 plus because
Okay,
Chicago. I don't think their defense could stand up to our offense.
I don't either.
Uh, but I believe uh, if we do what we're supposed to. So with my fan hat, I believe we're gonna hit 30 plus, and I think they're gonna be below 20. I think they'll be right around the 17-ish range. But if I take my fan hat off and use my logic, I don't know. I think it's going to be a high scoring game on both
Yeah,
sides. I
I,
think I think it's going to be in the 30-ish range for both teams.
yeah, I'm kind of looking at this game as a high scoring shootout. I think the Falcons win 32 to 28. Uh,
Right.
I just that's just how I feel about it. I think we're gonna reach the 30s. I think they're gonna reach the high 20s. I think it's gonna be a shootout. Um, I do feel like we're gonna have those containment issues, and
Yes.
I need AJ to be a lockdown corner because DJ Moore. We have to, man. These
Yeah.
are games that you want the big
Give us
bucks.
some help. Yeah.
Yep, you want
Yeah.
the big bucks. Here you go. Here you
Yeah.
go.
That's why I said earlier. Put Bates basically in a spy situation
Yeah, and the
where
robber.
he just covers the middle of the field, and and
Yeah,
let him choose. You know what I mean? Which side he's going to go to, but so we don't leave AJ on the island. But I mean, as you said, you wanna make that. You know, I know it's a lot less now, but basically, you want to be the Richard Sherman of the Atlanta Falcons. You got to show us, bro.
you gotta
You
show
know what I
us.
mean?
Yes,
Like
sir. You gotta show us.
you, you want that Darrell Reeves, accolades. You gotta show us.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
can't
show
be
us, man.
scared to go on the island. So yeah, but I don't know, man. I think of all the games we played this year, this one scares me the most just because of the potential of the quarterback. Yes, I know Justin Fields ain't no Tom Brady or no, nothing like that. But the fact that he is a very mobile quarterback and we have been torched by mobile quarterbacks all year
Yeah,
is is an
yeah,
issue.
yeah. It
So
is. It is a threat. And I'm sure that our Falcons, defensive coordinators and staff are scheming up how they can keep Justin in the pocket
I
and
hope
make
so
him
anyway.
beat us with his arm and
Yeah.
constrict that pocket also, make him nervous, even though the pressure may
Right.
not be there, but he get the yips and started running to sacks. That's my
Right.
hope. All right, man. But that's been an excellent show, brother. Guys, please make sure you check out Coach on the Coach's Corner. The link is in the chat at the top of the chat. I appreciate you coming in, brother. Tell the people about you and where they can find you.
Yeah, so don't be, turned off by my lack of videos, people. I need your help. I got to get 50 followers so I can do more than 10 minutes. So that's why I don't have too many videos. But brief about me, man. I've been playing football and coaching for 35 plus years. So I know I may not look it, but I'm in my 40s. I've been in this game a long time. Uh, and I love everything defense. So right now, I talk Falcons defense, but it's never. no defense is off the table. You want to talk about defense, we talk about it, no matter who it is.
Well,
But yeah, you can find me, man, on the Coach's Corner on YouTube, and then on Facebook it's Andre Davis. So
that's
come
what's
holler
up,
at me.
man. Well, we appreciate you coming through. Beasley
Thank you for
said
the
possibly.
opportunity, brother.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Beasley says possibly could get 2 teams in the NFC South. Yeah, how the playoff picture is going up. We're in the hunt regardless. To be
Yeah.
honest, if we went out and a couple of other teams lose, we could slide in there in the other
Yeah.
wild card. So
Yeah. So those teams are we can't, in order for us to reach the wild card, 2 of the 3 teams can't reach 9 wins. That's the Rams, the
yeah,
Seahawks, and the Vikings.
and the Vikings,
If
yes,
if 2 of those teams reach 9 wins,
yeah,
we
we're
can't
out.
make the wild
Yeah,
card.
yeah,
But
sure.
as long as 2 of those teams don't get 9 wins, we in there. So it sucks to have your fate in the hands of someone else, but I mean it's not over yet. So
Well, when you lose to the Panthers and Cardinals, you have no one else to blame but yourself. Look in the mirror,
absolutely,
just like Mike said,
absolutely,
talking to the man in the mirror.
you
Albert Molina
better believe
says it's going to come down to who has the best kicker. Just let the defense do their thing. I agree. That's why I said cool. We win by about 3 to 5 points. You know what I'm saying? Cool is the MVP. As always, he's been the offensive MVP of this season anyway. Keep it a buck.
it. Yeah,
Contain fields
yeah.
and make him throw. Yeah, Beasley's agreeing with us on that. Drew Griner says give probably a better word than a pass. All right, so some games I think we should be giving it more to Bijan over trying to get it to CP. Yeah, he's talking about which playmakers that you choose to use. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess
Right.
he felt like we're kind of pandering to the OG with CP84 when we giving him carries when those are more deserving to either Bijan or to Tyler Algiers to get
Nah,
cooked up.
I don't think so. I think the perfect use of CP is what we did this past week. Let the 2 other guys warm them up,
Yeah.
and go ahead, let CP go ahead and knock him down. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like that boy is a monster, man.
No,
You
I mean,
know,
I like
he the
CP,
type
man,
he
but
the type that'll
I
wear
think
you
he's
out.
lost a step. Personally,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Since he
saying?
got
Like,
hurt, yeah, he
yeah,
don't look the
exactly.
same.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like this is one of his better games in a while. 7 carries for
Right.
26. But again, man, if I'm gonna keep it a buck, man, with Bijan and Tyler Algiers, you got a better chance of one of those guys
True.
busting one open. You know what I'm saying? Busting
True.
wide
True.
open than Cordell. But I like Cordell coming in and being the big sledgehammer at the end of the
Right.
game. Them guys are worn out. So I definitely agree with you on that. And that's what
Yeah.
Drew just said. He was like, yeah, coulda, woulda, you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about it if we don't lose to the Panthers and Cardinals. Yeah, exactly what I said. Yeah, he typed it and then laughed out loud when I was saying it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's about it, man. We going about an hour and 21 minutes. Appreciate you coming in, brother. This has
Thank you for having
been
me, man.
the Atlanta Falcons in review, and we'll recap of Falcons versus Colts. That was a very good quality win. Jesse Bates cementing that he's the best safety in the National Football League. No questions asked. Clean coach game by Arthur Smith, Jay Gray, and Nielsen. Game plan worked and was executed like it was supposed to. So all around the best, I would call that the best win and play game at Arthur Smith's regime. In the past 3 years he's been here, that is by far from head to toe the best game we've had. Even though Koo missed the kick, it was taken off by a penalty from the defense, and he got a redo, and he didn't miss one. So yeah, on the books, he didn't miss one. We saw him shake another
Right.
one, but on the books, it ain't happen. So he's still eligible
Yeah.
for his Pro Bowl berth. With that, guys, we're going to end this stream, and we have a live watch party coming on at 8 o'clock. The Atlanta Hawks versus the Chicago Bulls. Please join us then. But as always, guys, Peace up. A-Town down. Deuces. We'll see you guys at 8 o'clock for the watch party. Peace. Appreciate you coming in, Coach.